affairs. It strikes me as very odd, 17.
Joint.
By guitar to a certain extent, and it's been played by. The protocol is that the Crown Office has to instigate that process, and that seemed to me
Immediately after acquiring the Borders Plant's fire systems announced the future would be so bright that the workforce would need sunglasses. While now the future's so bright it looks as if we'll need night vision goggles.
Stay as still as possible. He was covered in oil and he was trying to wrestle the life jacket and a battle broke out between the two and eventually the madman was out of his mind, as you would be.
It could be some time before the weapon that was found here is checked by forensic experts. Beyond the talking, little progress appears to have been made to find a replacement ferry. 3 months ago, the family's hopes were raised. NHS Orkney informed the Jacksons that Abby should have an additional 30 hours of home nursing care.
Island communities like here in Orkney, the housing options are limited.
It's a breed more commonly associated with Southeast Asia
and can be a barrier to employment. Thanks to this new scheduled flight to North Ronaldsay.
This monument was erected on the site where the last great auk was killed in 1813.
Months of training will be focused into just 7 days of intense competition on the island of Bermuda. This is John Ray's final resting place in the grounds of St Magnus Cathedral. Tragedies of this kind have increased in recent years as the popularity for diving on Scapa Flow's iconic wrecks has increased. These posts have seen some of Scotland's greatest rugby moments, including 2 memorable Grand Slams. And now it's my turn to share in some of that glory. In 457 days, Scotland decides its constitutional future. Just last October, Serco Northlink were awarded a £243 million contract. Over 40 separate events have been planned for next month's festival. This is a long-running dispute that looks set to escalate. Orkney Ferries have said they have worked hard to try and resolve the issues. In a world dominated by technology and interconnectivity, this monastic community remains focused on the simple act of prayer and spiritual reflection. The Royal Navy invented this game in the 1950s to improve the fitness of their divers. In recent years, the entire banking system has faced stormy waters of its own, but the Otter Bank remains a symbol of a more trusted bygone era. Mark Hirst, STV News. Whatever the result, the island communities here are pushing for more control over political, economic and cultural matters. People have cycled, walked and even skateboarded their way to Land's End. It's pretty clear I'm not going to be posing a competitive threat to William anytime soon, not without a lot more preparation and training on my part. This may be the shortest scheduled flight in the world. Over the past 30 years, Ortac has established itself as an iconic Orkney brand. The conference that is taking place here in Orkney has attracted experts from across the world. This kind of volunteering may not be everyone's cup of tea. 60 years ago, Anne Perry was convicted of a brutal and savage murder 12,000 miles away in New Zealand. Today she lives just 90 miles from the woman with whom she committed that act. Skara Brae has survived the elements for 5,000 years and is the jewel in the crown of Orkney's important tourist industry. Walrus are normally found in Arctic waters. Exactly what's brought this one to North Ronaldsay remains a mystery.
Radio Sputnik. We speak your language. Find us at SputnikNews.com.
Radio Sputnik News.
My name's Mark Hirst. A reminder of our headlines. Russia has accused the US military of allowing free passage for Daesh terrorists to cross from Iraq into Syria. Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte has ordered his police force to end their controversial crackdown of the country's drug trade. And US President Donald Trump is expected to make an announcement shortly on the future of the Iran nuclear deal. Iraqi forces have retaken large areas of the disputed oil-rich city of Kirkuk from Kurdish control. Disruption continues across northern England and Scotland as Storm Ophelia continues to batter the British Isles. And the US has conducted more provocative military exercises with its allies on the Korean Peninsula. Former US President Jimmy Carter has said he wants to play a constructive role to end the diplomatic crisis between the United States and North Korea. And the President of Catalonia has failed to comply with an ultimatum issued by Spain over the region's controversial independence referendum.
Tenez-vous prêts. Cible en vue. À toutes les unités.
What makes a thief? If you take 1 cent, or $1, or more. For some thieves, more is never enough. This is the story of one of the biggest bank frauds in history, and the man behind it.
The value of the damage is currently confirmed at more than $6 billion, a vast sum.
It was fairly clear that somebody had been stealing money from the bank. The challenge was more finding out where the money had gone and who was responsible.
Personally, I served as a detective at New Scotland Yard for over 30 years, investigating fraud, money laundering. This is one of the most complicated and intricate cases I've ever investigated.